Hey guys, it's Kyla at the MJC, and today we are going to go through the interim financial summary to the Child Support Agency for those of you who are completing the Part 2 with minor children. But, as always, before I get into the form, just a quick reminder that nothing in this video is intended to be legal advice. It's a video, so I'm not able to analyze your specific situation to determine whether this form is right in your particular case, to figure out whether what you and your spouse are either agreeing to or what you're proposing, whether that is something a court can approve or whether what you're proposing or agreeing to is in your best interest. So if you have those kinds of questions, I definitely recommend getting some legal advice. You can get legal advice for free here in Milwaukee County through the Marquette Volunteer Legal Clinics. If you are not in Milwaukee County, you can contact your clerk of court to find out what resources are available in your area. All right, so we're going to start off with this form then. Up at the very top, you're going to put the county, just like we have been on everything else. So I'm going to put Milwaukee, but obviously if you're in a different county, you can go ahead and fill in the county that you are doing the form in. And then here the caption, just like we've been doing on the different forms in this part 2, it's going to be as it was on the original joint petition or the original summons and petition. So you'll just make sure the names are in the same order. So ours will be Jane Doe and John Smith, because that's the way their names are on the original documents. And then you're going to put in the case number. Again, those of you who have been following along will have done the case number quite a few times. If you have questions about where to find this stuff and all of that, if you go to the caption of either the financial disclosure or the caption of the marital settlement agreement, those videos go into a lot more detail about filling out captions. All right, then here you're going to put whoever this person is. We're going to put their name on this first line. So ours again is Jane Susan Doe. And as you guys are finding out now, these forms are a lot of repetition. So yeah, we put her name up here and now we're going to put her name here. We're going to add the birth date again for this person. So whoever's name is here, we're putting their birth date. Let's see, Jane was 12/12 of 82. And then you're going to put a street address for that person. And you'll go over here, put the city, state, and the zip code. And then down here, we're going to put the respondent or joint petitioner B, whoever's name is here. We're going to put their information. And something that comes up from time to time, obviously those of you who are joint will have all of this information. But if you're filling this out separately, some people will say, well, what if I don't know the other person's address? Or what if I don't know their birthday? We always recommend trying to find that stuff if you can. So birthdays, do you have any old tax returns that might have a birthday on it? Do you have your marriage license or your marriage certificate? Some of that will have a birth date on it. Anything that might have a birthday. But obviously if you try your hardest and you are unable to find information, then you can go ahead and leave these lines blank, whichever ones you don't know the answers to. Again, you'll want to put as much effort as you can into it, because the more that is blank, the more likely a court is going to say, I don't have enough information and can't go forward. So you want to get as much as you can. But then we're going to put in that person's birthday here and that person's address down here, like I've been doing. And so then this form only needs to be filled out, I guess I should mention, if you're requesting either child support or maintenance. So if you're not requesting child support or maintenance, you actually don't have to fill this form out. But I'm assuming the folks who have stuck around are folks who do have child support or maintenance that they're requesting. So you're going to put in your children's names here, and it's just your minor children. So you don't need to put any adult children that you might have. So we're just going to put in, I'll move the cursor so you guys can see, Sally Smith. And you'll put the birth date of the child next to their name. And then same thing down here, we'll put the other child. There is no magical order here. I know some people will be like, oh, do they have to be in birth order or whatever? Nope, just put them in the order that you like. I tend to put them in order just because that's how my mind works, but there's no particular rule for that. So you'll list them all here. If you have more than 4 children, you have a couple of options. If you're in the Word doc, the great thing is you can actually create a second line, and you can type here. So we could put Sally Smith, and then we could add, Sammy Smith, and we could have you could add them that way. So if you're typing in a Word doc, problem solved. If you aren't typing, so if you are writing this by hand, see if you can fit the name in the little bottom right here, just down at the bottom. If so, you can do it that way. Otherwise, what you can do is just draw in a little box, say see attached, and then attach another document that lists the other children's names. All right, so here you are going to list who is going to receive the either child support payments or maintenance payments. So you'll remember those of you who've watched my earlier videos, that in our situation, Jane was receiving child support and I think maintenance too. So Jane was the one who's receiving, and then we'll put who is going to make the payments. Again, in our situation, that was John. But if your situation is reversed, you can do it. You can check either set of boxes there. Yeah. And then here we're also going to put the employer information for the payor. So again, for those of you who are doing this jointly, you'll definitely have that information. For those of you who are doing it separately, and we'll see if I can type here. For those of you who are doing it separately, you want to get this information if you can. So for example, if you know, okay, I know John works at Mario Brothers Plumbing, we would recommend try Googling that. See if you can get an address, see if you can get that information. But if you're unable to, then just put as much as you know. So put the name and leave the address blank, or if you don't know the name, just leave that blank. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and fill this in. Nope, they are not on. That's John's address. This is the problem with using fake addresses. My guess is you guys know your information, but I have to go back and look every time. They were on Bowser Boulevard, and that was Brown Deer. Oh, which isn't going to want to fit here. I'm just going to do a little spacing to get Wisconsin there, and then 53223. There we go. Okay. That was a lot more effort than hopefully it took you guys. Hopefully you can just remember where you work and don't have to go look it up. And their phone number was 414-555. Okay, great. So you'll fill in all of their contact information, phone number, address, all of that. And then here in Milwaukee, you actually don't need to fill in the rest of this document. The court will fill in the rest of it. If you're in another county, I don't know if they'll want you to check off boxes or not. But here in Milwaukee, we just end after the payer's employer. All right, well, that is all for that form. Thank you guys as ever for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful for you. If you do have additional questions about this form or about the process, we're happy to help you out at the Milwaukee Justice Center. We're located in non-pandemic times in room G9 of the Milwaukee County Courthouse. All right, again, thank you for watching, and I hope that you all go out and represent yourselves well.